Am I going to go to the funeral? No, I'm not going to the funeral. I had nothing to do with this. Why would I go to something I had nothing to do with? Right? Now they literally paid off. Get this. They literally paid off the funeral home and the cemetery in Ohio to lie and say that mom didn't have a burial plot next to her husband, which I know is a lie because I was there when they bought the motherfucking things years ago. I was there. I know what they bought. I was there. But they're going to pay these people off to lie. And that's, hey, like I said, let them do whatever the fuck they want. The Frosts think they're in control. The Frosts think they've got this shit. Oh, they got it all right. They've got it all right. They're in for a big surprise. And so this is going to get real interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to sit back with my arms folded and watch this whole shit pan out. Because as soon as the Gentrys find out she's been buried in a hole in the ground in a backyard next to a dog, instead of being buried in Ohio with full honors next to her military husband, this is going to get real fucking interesting, isn't it? Fuck yeah, it is. Like I said, you go into a building, there is a gift on the table, and you say, oh, well, somebody put it there. Nobody's claiming it, therefore I can claim it. No, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. They made a conscious decision to do what they're doing. Just like the Frosts are making a conscious decision of doing what they're doing, going behind the back of a woman's son and doing things to deliberately frustrate everything that man has tried to do for his mother. Okay? Literally, in every respect. Financially, emotionally, socially, economically, you name it. In every way, tried to dissuade everything the man has done. Before the Frosts come along, who was controlling mom's finances? Who was helping her with the bills? Who was doing all this stuff before the Frosts come along? Oh, that would be me. And everything was running along swimmingly. In fact, I had everything hooked up with the bank manager, and the bank manager was helping me organize everything to where that it would all be automatically paid. I wouldn't have to worry about paying the bills every month because it would all been taken care of by the bank, and I wouldn't have to worry about a thing. Everything would have been dealt with. Well, the Frosts didn't like that. So the Frosts deliberately and intentionally interjected themselves into a situation that had nothing to do with them. Me and my mother controlling our finances had nothing to do with the Frosts whatsoever. They chose to interject themselves into that, just like the Combs interjected themselves into it. And they lied, of course, and said, oh, well, Vaughn's stealing your money. Well, now, wait a minute. As of 2007, it was my money anyway. And Mom repeatedly said that it's our money. Mom repeatedly has stated that publicly and privately. It's my money. She said so herself. All right. So when you go into the building and you see a gift there and nobody's claiming the gift, that doesn't mean it belongs to you. That doesn't mean you can take that gift. Does it? No. Because if you walk out that door with that gift, you're going to get arrested, aren't you? Yeah. Because it's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. It never belonged to you. Okay. So when you put a wedge between a woman and her son, and you do so for years, are you then going to try and claim to be some kind of hero, some kind of, oh, we're denizens of justice, we're doing this for justice sake? No, you're not. No, you're not. Because nobody gave you the right to stick your nose into mine and my mother's personal business. Nobody gave you that right. Nobody gave you that right. And you had no business doing it. Now, the Frosts went behind my back and put out an obituary for my mother and organized this funeral for my mother. Now you say, well, Vaughn, why are you so frustrated by this? Why is this so upsetting to you? Folks, they're literally burying her in a hole in the ground, and they're burying her next to a dog. Do you understand the significance of that? They're burying her next to a dog. Now you say, well, Vaughn, maybe the dog was her pet. No. Mom didn't like animals. She hated animals. She hated animals. They're burying her next to a dog. It's a symbolic thing, dude. Okay, it's symbolic. And it shows quite clearly. Oh, we love Aunt Alice. Yeah, you love her enough to bury her next to a dog and literally bury her in a hole in the ground in a backyard next to a dog. Okay, yeah, you really care about her, all right. Instead of burying her with her husband in Ohio, a military veteran with full military honors, we're going to bury her literally in a hole in the ground in her backyard and bury her next to a dog. And this comes straight from the Brighton Funeral Home because I talked to him on the phone. She's literally going to be buried in the backyard in a hole in the ground next to a dog. So don't anybody come to me and say, oh, we love Alice Hilton. Alice Hilton is just so great. That's all right, Alice. And well, wait, okay, well, now great. Well, why are you burying her next to a dog? That's symbolic. That's symbolic. She didn't like animals. That ain't her dog. She had no pets. Alice Hilton hated animals. She had no pets. I would beg just to get an animal for a pet. Hell, she wouldn't even let me keep fish. Okay. Well, Vaughn, you have all these pets. Yeah, because finally she didn't have much choice. I mean, the animals are there. But that doesn't mean she liked them. That doesn't mean she wanted them around, because she didn't. She didn't like pets. She had no pets of her own, folks. Okay, so if they come around and they try to say, oh, well, that was her dog. No, it was not. She had no pets. She had no pets. They're burying her next to a dog because it's symbolic. But yeah, they're literally burying her in a hole in the ground in the backyard next to a dog that she did not own, that does not belong to her. She hated animals. And they're burying her next to an animal because they know she hated animals. It's all symbolic. And you know what? I'm going to let the Frost do it. And then I'm going to call the Gentrys and tell them what they done. See, unlike the Frost, Cecil Gentry really is blood to my mother. And I'm just curious to know what an entire family of police officers is going to think about their aunt being buried next to a dog. It should be quite interesting, don't you think? I do. I think that'll be very interesting. The Gentrys are all police officers. Did you know that? Yeah, it's true. It's true. They're all police officers. A good many. So it's going to be quite interesting when they find out what they did to their Aunt Alice. Because unlike the Frosts, Cecil Gentry is blood to my mother. The Gentrys are related by blood. The Frosts are not. Remember, folks, the Frosts are from a half-brother named Arnold. The Gentrys, by contrast, are from my mother's sister, Cecil, who is blood to my mother. So this should be very interesting. And hey, the gods told me to stay out of the shit. Let them handle it. And boy, are they going to handle it. Because as soon as the Gentrys catch wind of this shit, there is going to be massive, massive situations going on. I assure you. And the beauty of it is, I don't have to do shit. I'm just going to sit right here and grab me a bag of popcorn and watch the fucking fireworks, boys and girls. I don't have to do a damn thing. No, I don't. No, I do not. Again, the Frosts, who have my mom's maiden name, are not her blood, and the Gentrys, who do not have my mother's maiden name, are her blood. Isn't that interesting? Now they literally paid off. Get this. They literally paid off the funeral home and the cemetery in Ohio to lie and say that mom didn't have a burial plot next to her husband, which I know is a lie because I was there when they bought the motherfucking things years ago. I was there. I know what they bought. I was there. But they're going to pay these people off to lie. And that's, hey, like I said, let them do whatever the fuck they want. The Frosts think they're in control. The Frosts think they've got this shit. Oh, they got it all right. They've got it all right. They're in for a big surprise. They just pissed off an entire family of police officers. So this should get real interesting. Grab your popcorn, folks, because this is going to get real interesting real fucking fast. Am I going to go to the funeral? No, I'm not going to the funeral. I had nothing to do with this. Why would I go to something I had nothing to do with? Right? You're not making any sense. I'm not going to attend something that I had nothing to do with. Right? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna attend anything I had nothing to do with. And so this is gonna get real interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back with my arms folded and watch this whole shit pan out. Because as soon as the Gentrys find out she's been buried in a hole in the ground in a backyard next to a dog, instead of being buried in Ohio with full honors next to her military husband, this is gonna get real fucking interesting, isn't it? Fuck yeah, it is. Now, supposedly tomorrow at 3 o'clock, they're coming out here with a backhoe or whatever. They're going to dig the hole, put her in the ground, and that's going to be the end of it. Burying her next to a dog. And like I said, this comes from Brighton Funeral Home. They're burying her next to a dog.